Okay, hello and welcome everybody for today's live stream. Today the topic is how to trade liquidity traps. Okay, reversal trading explained. Well, I would say the easiest trading strategy is trade in the trend direction. But of course, in certain cases, a reversal trade, like a fake breakout, is very successful and is appropriate to trade, especially if you focus only on one market. Then you need to have a diversified or a diverse trading strategy, not only in trend direction, especially if you're a short-term time trader. You don't trade the long swings, you trade like scalping method on the intraday's time or whatever. You need to be very flexible. And of course, this is also very important in terms of your trading strategy. So in today's trading, I would like to say, of course, thank you to everybody who is joining this live stream. Please give us a like, give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe to the channel, because here on this channel, you will learn a lot of things, how to use our indicators, and of course, how to trade successful with them. Okay, because from my point of view, since I use Alberterium indicators, I'm even more successful with trading because it is much more easier. You can see the big market participants moving the market or trading the fake. Okay, and this is now very important. Today I want to show you some kind of these examples and of course also a market hypothesis in today's in the current market. So I will walk you through S&P 500 and Nasdaq, my most favorite markets. I love to trade the Nasdaq. It's a wild beast, but it's nice. But of course, you can transfer this kind of knowledge to all the other markets like Bitcoin, currencies, or whatever you like to trade. The most important thing is it should be a market which is stock exchange traded. Okay, stock exchange traded, no artificial products, like real volume analysis. As always, I use the current indicators, volume ventures, premium for price action here at the bottom. I use volatility zone edge at the top, OptiStruct, premium, and Wabi-Sabi Wyckoff Flow Structure map. These are my main indicators. If you don't see the same settings as I have, this is the S&P 500 on the daily chart, then please watch the live stream. I think 2 weeks ago, I walked you through all the settings. And one of the first live streams we started here, I walked you through all the settings, so we don't need to spend time with this, I think. First of all, we start with the daily time frame today, and I just want to show you S&P 500. Oh, where are we? There. S&P 500 is at new all-time highs. Today, 0.4% in positive, reacted positive on PPI news, inflation data. And well, where's the Nasdaq? Let's look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is still below new all-time highs, and it's not making new all-time highs the second week in a row, potentially. Today is Wednesday. We have 2.5 more trading days to go. And well, if they cannot make it, I think we fail here. It will be a reversal play, okay, a reversal trade. And this is what we're gonna analyze today. And I also, in the end of the live stream, I give you also like an idea how you can enter the market, where to put your stop, where to enter, how to enter, and so these kind of things. Of course, it is very different in the time frames, or depending on the time frames you're trading. If you're a longer term time swing trader on the daily chart, or you trade on whatever lower time frames, it's much, of course, different. So we have this liquidity trap. Okay, is it a liquidity trap or is it a breakout? What do you say? please react to this live stream here. We have 5 viewers. If you think this is a liquidity trap, write a plus. If you think the current situation in the S&P 500 is a valid breakout, then okay, please react with a minus. Yes, the other way around. Okay, minus in positive direction, plus in negative direction. What do you think? Liquidity trap? Yes, react with a plus. Liquidity, not a liquidity trap, a real breakout, react with a minus. Oh, answer tube is for a minus. Okay, it's gonna be very interesting. Let's see. I see another plus. Let's see. For this, we analyze the lower time frames. Oh, I think I wait the reaction. Okay, we wait for the reaction. We have 7 viewers. So plus for this is a liquidity trap, minus for this is a breakout. What is your opinion? Please write it in the chat window. No, liquidity trap. So we have two viewers who think this is a breakout, a valid breakout, and we have 3, which is 4 now, which thinks that this is a liquidity trap. What about the other 10 or the other 5? Maybe you don't have an opinion. Please don't write I don't have an opinion in the chat window, because this is very important. And also, in the end, if you're like interesting, stay tuned, see how you can enter these kind of trading opportunities. Okay, let's start. None is using at the top. Good, is buying at the top. Yes, no one is buying at the top, but currently this is no one is buying at the top on the daily chart. Let's go through the lower time frames because this is very important. Let's see what we have on the daily chart. Not on the daily chart, on the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, we have here a white candle. One white candle inside bar, inside this news candle before the open. Very important, yeah. Did the S&P 500 make new all-time highs in pre-market session or within the open? The most of the liquidity is in the real-time trading hours, so after 8:30 New York time. Okay, so far no new all-time highs in the S&P 500 within the real-time trading hours, just electronic trading session. So from the current point of view here in the 4-hour chart, this is a liquidity trap. Okay, there are some buyers, but look at this. It is in the selling zone. Very important. You can also watch this kind of zones in the back. The zones in the back, you see them here under, I don't know, what is this? Appearance, I think in English. And we have bullish and bearish zones. So we have a bearish zone and we have one white candle in the bearish zone. It's not a bullish, it's not a buying. There's nobody here currently. Let's go through the other time frames. 1-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, the lower we go, the faster the colorful candles come and the faster the colorful candles go. Okay. So on the 1-hour time frame, we see a breakout here. It started with aggressive buyers buying here this news candle before the open, and then they still continuing on the 1-hour chart to buy with colorful candles. But of course, this can be also a reversal sign because we had a similar situation here on 5th of September. Okay, and when we zoom out, No, we didn't have this at the previous all-time highs, but here, there, okay. It's in the buying zone on the 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour time frame, it's still to the upside. We also see, quite interesting, also see here the inducement level and the demand. So this movement here to the upside on the 1 hour chart is still valid, stays valid, until the market stays above the demand, above the inducement level. It can touch the inducement level and still then continue to the upside. This is all valid from this point of time, from this chart. Only if we go below the inducement levels and sellers are really, really pushing, then we might see a short trade on the overall, on the bigger time frame. Okay, and this is also the low of today's session, and this is the high of today's session. So today is going to be very, very important. Tomorrow we have CPI data. CPI data in the US, and next week we have US interest rates decision with the Fed. We might see a lot of volatility tomorrow and also next week, Wednesday. Okay. So when we talk about this 1 hour chart, it is a valid breakout. They are trying to push, but are they really there? If they are really there, then they will break out to new all-time highs within the real-time trading hours. Very important. After 8:30, they haven't made it yet. So from my point of view, this is not a valid breakout, just because the main liquidity is, you can see it here also at the bottom with the volume candles, 8:30, like half an hour after this candle opened, they came in, and we will see this now with a 50-minute chart. Let's take a look on the 50-minute chart, and on the 50-minute chart we see this choppiness today. The news candle spiked to the upside. Everything what we just saw the last hours is within this news candle. And here we are again in the selling zone. We had colorful candles at the bottom, but these are positive candles. Yes, positive colors. Now we have this white candle again. And yes, it's gonna be very interesting. From the current point of view, still also this on the 50-minute chart doesn't look like a reversal play, or doesn't look like a breakout. Sorry. And of course, we can here think of a reversal trade. Reversal trade, let's jump back to the bigger time frames. First of all, okay, I want to show you how you can access and enter this reversal play on the daily chart. Okay, on the daily chart, of course, if we see this continuation from wherever they continue, they just continue to the upside, they drift today, and they make new all-time highs, well, then it's a continuation. We don't have to do anything. But if the sellers are coming, and we will see them on the lower time frame first, and they can make it to break today's low, if they break today's low, then I think it's very obvious that we will see new lows, and we will see in the S&P 500 this level of 6,400, 6,300, or maybe also even lower within the next week. Especially with the news, it might be choppy here. We can continue to drift tomorrow as well. And of course, we need to adjust we have to adjust these levels. Why I am that, I would say, confident in a short position? Because the Nasdaq hasn't made it to make new all-time highs. Same is for the Nasdaq for today. If they cannot make it today, and we see continuation, lower lows tomorrow, there is the good chance of an opportunity for a short trade to 23,030 at this lows, maybe even lower, maybe even here 23,700, and the next week to the downside. And this is the liquidity trap. This is the liquidity trap trade, because normally a breakout is really, really active and really, really aggressive, with market orders pushing and moving the price to new all-time highs in the S&Ps and in the Nasdaq. And this hasn't been done since 2 weeks now. Okay, so when can we enter? What needs to happen? We need to see the sellers, for example, on the lower time frames, for example, on the 50-minute chart, and they are coming now. Okay, this was the setup for the swing traders within the next days, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting. What needs to happen? These guys here, they need to push. They need to push below the inducement. They need to push below the demand, and they need to show real volume here on the 50-minute chart. For example, like this, or when we go back a little bit more, we see this reversal here, for example, at this time. Okay, we had a similar situation here, all-time highs, they didn't make it, and they were coming. They were coming in the selling zone, pretty aggressive, and then you can enter like kind of any time. You can enter here, you can enter there, you can enter there, it doesn't matter. Put your stop above the all-time highs, and then trade the swing to the downside. When is the swing over? Of course, when we get absorption, when we see real aggressive sellers like this, and they couldn't push again, like here, it's over. But maybe this short will continue for weeks, especially when the Fed will cut the interest rates, but don't give, I would say, the outlook for the next October meeting that they will cut again, because everybody is looking to October. Nobody is looking for September meeting. If you like what I'm saying, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, write something in the chat window. Hello, Dagobert Dead. Welcome everybody. And if you want to see this kind of things also on the lower time frames, for example, how you can use this method for scalping, then I want to see a plus here in the chat window. Okay. Today I traded short after the US opening. Made a nice profit within half an hour trading. And yeah, I want to show you also my thoughts behind this trading, with this trading setup, which was like a real scalping method. Half an hour trading is scalping. You need to be very flexible with your long and with your short trades. Nobody, just 2+, Daniel, Pink Piggy, only 3 people reacting. I know we are too small, okay? We are too small with these 12 participants. I appreciate that you are here, because I think most of you are Germans and your English might not be that good. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go down to the lower time frames and see what volume ventures, the volume analysis is giving us. Before we jump into this, I want to mention again the importance of these two methods. These two methods. This is the absorption, okay? But before we start with the lack of participation. And this is very crucial to understand. If you don't understand these two things, okay, don't trade with volume ventures, because this is how the big market participants are moving around their positions. You can spot highs and lows with these two methods. Okay, always check these two methods in more than one time frame. Lack of participation, we see it when the price is making lower lows and the volume doesn't, especially for the colorful candles. Don't watch all the noise with the black candles going up and down, up and down. This is not relevant. Only watch colorful candles. Take colorful candles into account and do this for at least 3 time frames. Maybe you start on the daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 50 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 10 seconds. Okay, this is also possible. We go down to 10 seconds now. And the other way around, yeah, this is a long setup, might be a long reversal. And this is the short, go short, if we see the lack of participation in long direction. No buyers left, divergence. Okay, this is the most important thing. On the other hand, we have the absorption. Absorption is when big market participants cannot make it to push to new lows. This is not possible. They cannot push to new lows because market orders, they made it with more aggressive sellers here, with higher volume candles or lower volume candles, in this case, than the previous low. Not the color is important, it's the height. And then they cannot move the market. They make the trend change here, and then boom, it's gonna be a boost to the upside. And this is the reason is because big market participants here, limit orders are here, and they are buying everything what they can. On the other side, we have absorption at the top. Okay, buyers are pushing really, but they cannot break to new all-time highs. This is an absorption to the upside. So this means you can look for short trades, not go immediately short. Look for short trades, look for long trades, or in the other way around, think about clothing here in this one, clothing your short trades, or think about clothing your long trades, or use this for your risk and money management or whatever. Okay, you internalize this. Let's do it. We are on the 5-minute time frame, and we always need to take into account that this was a volume spike or a volatility spike before the open. Before the open, and you can see it here in the real volume, we have very little volume. And then 8:30, you see this big volume spike. So that's where the US opening happened. And usually this volume will push this, if they are strong, will push it to new all-time highs, and they will continue to the upside. But they didn't. They just made it to these lows, chopped around, went at the top, and continued lower. So actually, here on the 5-minute chart, it was a little bit difficult to trade this choppiness. But let's go down to the 1 minute and to the 10 seconds chart, because then you will see it is much easier to enter and to exit. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. On the 1 minute chart, I need to zoom in and out here. I did the trades on the NASDAQ, but I think it's the same on the S&P 500. Let's see together, okay? Yes. On the 1 minute chart, we see a similar situation here. They immediately pushed to the downside. They couldn't continue. In the S&P, in the NASDAQ, let's go to the NASDAQ because I did this in the NASDAQ. Here in the NASDAQ, oh, it's even weaker. They pushed the downside. This was the open, similar situation, but they showed more weakness. They showed more weakness and they continued in short direction until they came short, they continued short, and here they continued again, but volume declined. You see this volume decline, you see this price continuation. This is a dry, nobody is trading aggressive shorts here anymore. So you always need to think about when you entered here, I entered there a short, I scaled in here. You need to think, scaled one out here, and you need to think about taking profits here because there is no participation anymore. Okay, nobody is aggressively selling these lows. You see this here on the 1 minute chart. And if you use the same thing on the 10 second, you can see the same thing on the 10 second chart. Let's do the 10 second. Load volume ventures, takes a while. There we go. This is the open. Okay, opening trade, opening candle, short. Immediately they came in aggressively, opened one. And then they came back. Okay, and now they need to trade below this low. You see this volume here? And they did it at this time with one colorful candle. Okay, let's go zoom in a little bit. With one colorful candle here. Well, this is not really aggressive, right? But still, they continued, they drifted. Always, this was the lack of participation. Always new lows here, new lows without colorful candles. So it is always, you need to always think, oh, is it really continuing or will it reverse? Because we saw this lack of participation in the short rhythm after the open, the half an hour, just like this. Then finally, we had here liquidity drop, a real gap to the downside. And after this, we saw two colorful candles here on the buying zone. If you see these kind of things on the 10 seconds, oh, you need to think, oh, my short trades, I need to close, need to exit, need to whatever. Put my stop to break even, something like this. Because we had the lack of participation and now we have the buyers coming on the 10-second chart again. So they potentially might move this price to the upside and try to go again to new all-time highs. They're coming, try to do it. Again, lack of participation. They chopped around. This is what happens, okay? You don't need to be like scared of this chop. And then we see the first time here, colorful candles on the downside again. So you need to think your long trade don't exit your long trade immediately, because this is just you need to watch your risk. So you can just exit your long trade at this lack of participation. Continuing. And now they were coming again. And very, very nice also, you see this chop with the Wyckoff Flow Structure indicator, Wabi-Sabi Wyckoff Flow Structure range. You see this from this point of time. You see that this is a Wyckoff range, and you see the chop, it's going up and down. And finally, at this point of time, we are on the 10-second chart. Okay, if you can trade the 10-second chart, you can trade the 5-minute chart, you can trade the 15-minute chart, you can trade the 1-hour chart, you can trade the daily chart. It's always the same. They came here, and you need to enter short. Okay, I'm still out, but I think this liquidity trap, this is the liquidity trap at the top. Nobody, from my point of view, will ever come here to this highs, to new all-time highs in the Nasdaq. But of course, this will be confirmed a valid short trade if we see the sellers really pushing, really coming on the higher time frames. On the 5-minute chart, because most of you are swing traders, not scalpers. Okay, swing traders, we need to see them on the 5-minute chart, we need to see them on the 50-minute chart, we need to break the demand, we need to break the inducement level, and then we might see a nice and good short opportunity for the next week, actually. Do you have any questions? Please write your questions in the question window. I have traded long on NQ, waited for reverse after open, and opened a long at VWAP, nice profit. Yes, perfect. This is how you also can trade like this situation, and you could see the buyers coming. All nice. You can trade in both directions, of course. Best channel for S&P 500 and Nasdaq. Yes. Thank you, Wall Street. Do you have any other questions? So I would love to get your support. Okay, I would love to get your support by sharing this channel and this live stream to other people. Share it in other communities, that this knowledge will get a little bit more viral. On Friday, you will get another video. This will be also a little bit more trading related, how you can trade this kind of liquidity traps here. And of course, also this video will be published on Friday. Watch the video, because there it's going to be again a step-by-step guide how you can use the indicators. And if you have not subscribed to the indicators yet, feel free to go to the website albatheorem.com. Okay, and all of the indicators you just saw, except one, okay, are in the TradingView annual subscription or the annual premium experience, where you have access to all platforms, which is TradingView, MetaTrader, and Sierra Charts. Not all platforms, it's just these three. We will not support, from the current point of view, CTrader, NinjaTrader, QuantTrader, and others. We will focus on our own Albatheorem trading platform, where we will build AI trading algorithm, AI trading strategy, more alerts, and everything what you need to get notified and so on your preferred device, on your smartphone, on your laptop, on whatever you're trading on, because this is even more powerful than continuing to develop all our indicators to all the different tools and different platforms. So yeah, everything what we're doing, I think the annual subscription will stay like this currently with all the indicators except Wabi-Sabi Wyckoff Flow Structure Map, which is this indicator here. Wabi-Sabi Wyckoff Flow Structure Map. This will stay here. And for now, also everything is accessible in our lifetime membership. We as the team decided to stay a small community with these kind of products because we see with our own results that this can be very powerful, especially with the integration of AI in our own trading platform. Nearly everybody can be profitable. So this is what you will get with the Ultimate Innovation exclusive experience. You will get access to all indicators, all upgrades, all API unlimited access, our new trading platform. We try to push the development as fast as we can, prioritize it in the team, and hope we can deliver the first results within this year. I think in 2 months, we might see some scanners, some alerts, some trade opportunity scanners, how we call it. There are certain steps to go, but I'm pretty sure we can do it. So if you like to support us and of course get access to everything what is coming, feel free to support us with a lifetime subscription. And of course, if you don't have the money, stay tuned here on the channel because you can earn a lot of money also with the trading advice what I am giving you here. So watch out for short trades, especially if the price is dropping below today's low. Okay, today's low, if we break today's low in the S&P, in the NASDAQ, I'm very sure we might see a swing short opportunity for a couple of 100,000 points or 100 or 1,000 points to the levels I mentioned. Okay, I will check the question window. With the yearly $650 price, do we get the same indicators, same than with the 3,000 lifetime membership? No. You will have access to all indicators except one, and this is the Wabi-Sabi Wyckoff Flow Structure Map. Okay, this is what you see here with the targets and with the zone displayed when it's appearing, working in different time frames. This is the only indicator which is currently only accessible for lifetime, but you will have access to all other indicators with the annual subscription. And I think there are still some seats left because we just had let me just show you, we just had a discount, the last discount, what we did. I think there are still some seats left because with this discount, please take a screenshot of this. We have the lifetime package for 20% off with this discount code Wabi-Sabi lifetime 25-giveback. Okay, for all platforms we had 35% discount, and for the annual we had 40% discount with this code. There were 80 seats available, so I think especially here we might have some, there will be some seats available still, and you get access for 1 month to Wabi-Sabi as well, only 1 month's access, and then just to get you a sneak peek. And so I think this is around $400 instead of the 650. Okay? Good. Let's see. Do you have any other questions? No questions? No questions. Are you profitable with these kind of indicators? Who is profitable? If you, or no, not profitable. The first thing what you need to be or what you need to gain is self-confidence. Self-confidence in the things what you see and self-confidence in, yeah, the way how to read and use this kind of information, to integrate this into your trading, to integrate this into your investment strategies or whatever. Are you more self-confident? It took me a couple of months actually to integrate this into my trading and to access all the potential. But since I'm learning more and more every day, just to use it, just screen time, okay? And of course, I'll show you a lot of things, my experience here in this live stream. Okay, I think that's it for today. No questions yet. Can you please explain the chart's time frame with all points? Sometimes I think I understood and then it's again not right. Maybe with the chart. Thanks a lot. Can you please explain the chart's time frame? You mean that we see different things on the different time frames? I think so, that you mean this, because as I mentioned, we just take a look here on the 50-minute chart time frame, and we see that we have this colorful candles here. And then we go on the 1-hour time frame, and there's nothing. Or there's a white candle. There's a white candle. And suddenly, okay, suddenly this volume is to the upside. We have a buying climax. And here on the 50-minute chart, this volume is downside and we have a selling climax, right? I think this is why the most traders get confused. I think this is what you mean. If yes, please write a yes in the chat window. Because this is I mean the box and all indicators. You mean the box and all this box. Okay. You mean this box and all indicators. Well, I mean, this box gives you, I would say, we try to give you a structured way about the markets if the market is in an accumulation or distribution phase, okay? And if the market already hit the target or not. What do we mean with accumulation and distribution phase? What do we mean with accumulation and distribution phase? We mean the Wyckoff Flow Structure map. Okay, we mean this thing. Because the markets is in an accumulation phase, or in a distribution phase. So this is what we analyze here: accumulation, distribution phase, and then we have trend to the upside, trend to the downside. So mark up or mark down, and this is what we try to visualize with this table. Sorry, let's get all this to the bottom there. So on the 5-minute chart, this is in the accumulation phase, 15-minute accumulation phase, distribution phase, 4-minute accumulation distribution phase. And we know that this is very difficult, and now you need to put some context analysis to it. And this is something you need to learn by yourself, or you can give it an AI, which you can explain, okay, analyze the context, analyze this, everything what I tell you, and give it the AI, and then come to an analysis in a trading direction. And actually, this is what I'm doing. I show you the relevant points. I point out that this, and this is experience, this is knowledge, this is why I've seen this so many times. Okay, this might be a fake high because we haven't made it to make new all-time highs in the Nasdaq and in the S&P 500 in the real-time trading hours. We got stuck. This news candle to the upside is a fake so far. It's a fake. And of course, we cannot put this information into this spreadsheet. It's not there. Because this is experience. But of course, we give you the information about the market structure. So here on the 50-minute chart, it is in accumulation phase because the market had this wabi-sabi range. We had these targets, and both targets are hit. That's why it says hit, take profit. So now, potentially, the drift will continue until we see the next wabi-sabi range on the 50-minute chart. On the 1-hour chart, this market is also in this market is in distribution phase. Distribution phase, where is the wabi-sabi range? There. It's there. And well, we hit one take profit. Okay, it's not marked here. This is where we need to work a little bit more. It's yeah, we know that this is it's a little bit difficult. So it's just slightly hit from this information. What we analyze here, it is not hit yet. So currently, well, the trend is the situation is going in the different direction. And if you traded this breakout to the downside, you should have a proper risk and money management to get you stopped either break even, or you get take some part profits at this first take profit or whatever, and now it's going in the other direction on the 1-hour chart until we have again a wabi-sabi range. Wabi-sabi range here or wabi-sabi range there. But from my point of view, we get another wabi-sabi range to the downside like this. We will see. So I think this is what you mean. Maybe not. Can we assume that if we get all-time hours in the electronic hours is less valid? Can we assume that if we get all-time hours in the electronic hours is less valid? All-time highs, you mean? Yes, of course. All-time high in the electronic trading session is nothing. I'm sorry, it's nothing. Because it is just algorithms, mostly algorithms shopping around and moving the markets. We need to have the confirmation in the real-time trading hours. Okay, if they don't continue, I'm getting better every day. Perfect. Yes, highs. Yes. From my point of view, especially in the lower time frame, it's very important if we are in the electronic trading session on the real-time trading hours, and you see this also here. We are on the 1-hour chart and you see the volume. Look at this dry volume in between here at the bottom. There's nothing. There's no volume. Algorithms can easily move the market in this period. Very easy, right? And then we have this bulk of volume, which is the real-time trading hours, just a couple of hours a day. So this is still 80% of the volume transacted in the real-time trading hours. So this has the most potential. This has the most power. iShares, info technology, too late to buy for buy and hold? Yes, definitely. Sell it. Sell it. Sell the ETFs. Sell some ETFs if we break tomorrow's low, or if you break today's low in the Nasdaq. Sell it. Okay, I think that's it for today's session. Thank you for your interest. Thank you for your participation. Feel free actually to hand this live stream over, share it in the communities, share it wherever you like. I love to answer all your questions, get you the most out of it. And as always, this kind of things, what I'm showing you is working the same in every market. No matter if it's coffee, if it's currencies, if it's crude oil, if it's Bitcoin, okay, everywhere, volume analysis, the big market participants are moving the price with the algorithms, with the market orders, and if they are really aggressive, we see colorful candles. This is how the market is everywhere on stock exchanges and crypto exchanges. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your feedback. Thanks a lot for your participation. Again, thank you also for your support with the subscription and the comment below. And I see you next week on Wednesday with another live stream. And of course, a next video on Friday. Every Friday you get a new video, you get new information, and you get more knowledge on how to use our indicators. Thank you very much. Stay tuned and see you next week. Bye-bye.